Hello and welcome back to the channel. Arsenal fans, we have a massive update for you today as the transfer window enters what could be its most dramatic stage yet. The Julian Alvarez saga has taken another fascinating twist. Mikel Arteta has addressed several major issues surrounding his squad. There are fresh updates regarding Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus, and a new name has reportedly emerged as a potential alternative if Arsenal fail to land their dream striker. That player is Everton star Iliman Ndiaye. But here's the shocking part. Everton reportedly value him at around £80 million. So today we'll discuss why Julian Alvarez's future remains uncertain, whether Arsenal still have a realistic chance of signing him, why Iliman Ndiaye has entered the conversation, Arteta's latest comments on transfers, injury, updates on Timber and Saliba, the futures of Martinelli and Jesus, and whether Arsenal really need another signing before the deadline. Make sure you stay until the end because the next 24 to 48 hours could be crucial for Arsenal's transfer plans. Let's get started. Let's begin with the biggest story, Julian Alvarez. For most of the summer, Arsenal supporters have dreamed about seeing the Argentine World Cup winner wearing the red and white shirt. For a long time, it looked impossible. Alvarez was heavily linked with Barcelona and appeared determined to join the Spanish giants. However, Atletico Madrid have reportedly made it crystal clear that they do not want to sell him to Barcelona. That decision has created a fascinating situation. Reports now suggest that Alvarez has started considering whether a move to Arsenal could actually be the right option for him. This is significant because Arsenal's chances have always depended on one thing: the player's willingness to make the move happen. According to the latest reports, Alvarez has missed training again amid growing uncertainty about his future. The atmosphere around the player and Atletico Madrid has reportedly become increasingly tense. Supporters have expressed frustration, questions continue to be asked about his commitment, and there appears to be uncertainty about what happens next. The key question now is simple. Will Alvarez decide to stay and repair his relationship with Atletico Madrid, or will he push for a move away before the transfer window closes? If he chooses the second option, Arsenal could suddenly become one of the most realistic destinations available. Now, before Arsenal fans get too excited, there is an important reality check. Despite the recent developments, Arsenal reportedly still believe signing Alvarez will be extremely difficult. The club understands that negotiations with Atletico Madrid would be complicated. They also know that a transfer of this magnitude would require the player himself to strongly push for the move. Without that encouragement, Arsenal are unlikely to invest significant time and resources pursuing a deal that could ultimately go nowhere. That is why the coming days are being described as crucial. Everything may depend on what Alvarez decides he wants. If he publicly or privately indicates that Arsenal is his preferred destination, the entire situation could accelerate very quickly. Until then, Arsenal remain watchful rather than aggressive. Now let's talk about the newest name linked with Arsenal, Iliman Ndiaye. The Everton attacker has reportedly emerged as one of Arsenal's backup options should the club fail to secure Alvarez. Ndiaye is a talented player. He's versatile, technically gifted, works hard without the ball and can operate across multiple attacking positions. His ability to create opportunities and drive at defenders has earned him plenty of admirers. But there is one major obstacle. The reported price tag Everton are said to value Ndiaye at around £80 million. That figure has sparked huge debate among supporters. Some fans believe Ndiaye is a quality player but not worth anything close to £80 million. Others argue that the transfer market has become so inflated that elite attacking players now command enormous fees. The question Arsenal fans are asking is simple. If you had £80 million available, would you spend it on Iliman Ndiaye? Or would you save that money and continue pursuing a player like Julian Alvarez? It's a fascinating debate. Mikel Arteta was asked whether he would be satisfied if Arsenal made no further signings before the transfer deadline. His answer was extremely interesting. Arteta said that today he is satisfied. However, he also said that he hopes to be even more satisfied when the transfer window closes. That response can be interpreted in several ways. On one hand, Arteta appears happy with the quality currently available within his squad. On the other hand, he certainly didn't rule out further additions. Many supporters believe that Arsenal still need at least one more major attacking signing. Others think the squad is already strong enough to challenge for the Premier League and Champions League. Arteta's comments suggest that Arsenal remain open to opportunities if the right player becomes available, and that naturally brings us back to Alvarez. During his press conference, Arteta was directly asked about Julian Alvarez. The Arsenal manager immediately shut down the question. His response was simple: "Don't go there." As expected, Arteta refused to discuss a player who currently belongs to another club. But he did reveal something interesting about Arsenal's recruitment process. Arteta explained that Arsenal want players who genuinely feel a connection to the club. He wants potential signings to understand Arsenal's project, culture, ambitions, and expectations. According to Arteta, successful transfers are not just about money. They're about ensuring the player and everyone around the player believes Arsenal is the right destination. That philosophy has played a major role in Arsenal's recruitment strategy in recent years. One of the most interesting parts of the press conference came when Arteta was asked how he deals with players reading rumours about Arsenal targeting someone in their position. His answer was refreshingly honest. Arteta said that if any player has concerns, they can simply come and ask him directly. He prefers openness and transparency. In fact, he explained that if Arsenal are planning to sign a player for a particular position, he often tells the existing player beforehand. Let's move on to some important injury news. Arteta provided updates on both Jurrien Timber and William Saliba. The good news concerns Timber. According to Arteta, the Dutch defender continues to make excellent progress. He has spent several weeks increasing his workload and is moving in the right direction. If everything continues according to plan, Arsenal could increase his training intensity even further next week. That is a very encouraging update. As for William Saliba, Arsenal are being much more cautious. Arteta described his recovery process as conservative, meaning the club are carefully managing his workload. The priority is ensuring Saliba returns fully fit rather than rushing him back too early. Arteta also confirmed that Ezri Konsa is available for selection. The defender has been training well and could potentially make his debut against Aston Villa. Naturally, there is extra interest because Villa is his former club. However, Arteta made it clear that he has no concerns regarding the emotional side of the occasion. He praised Konsa's personality and professionalism and suggested that the defender is fully prepared for the challenge. This could be a special moment for Arsenal supporters eager to see one of the club's newest additions in action. Another major talking point involves Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus. Arteta confirmed that Jesus was absent from training. While he didn't reveal full details, he indicated that the situation relates to squad management and individual circumstances. Martinelli's situation also attracted attention after he left training early. Arteta acknowledged that there are ongoing discussions and personal circumstances being managed behind the scenes. However, he made one thing very clear: Arsenal love Martinelli. The manager's comments strongly suggested that the club continues to value him highly despite ongoing speculation. Whether either player's future changes before the deadline remains to be seen. But clearly there are conversations taking place. As things stand, Arsenal's transfer window may ultimately be defined by one player, Julian Alvarez. The next 24 to 48 hours could determine whether he remains at Atletico Madrid or pushes for a move elsewhere. If he decides he wants Arsenal, the story could suddenly explode into life. If he chooses to stay, Arsenal may need to consider alternatives such as Iliman Ndiaye or other targets that have not yet emerged publicly. One thing is certain: the situation remains fluid, and Arsenal supporters will be watching every development very closely. So Arsenal fans, here's the situation right now. Julian Alvarez remains Arsenal's dream target. The player is reportedly beginning to consider Arsenal as an option. Atletico Madrid remain reluctant sellers. Arsenal still believe a deal would be difficult. Iliman Ndiaye has emerged as a possible alternative, but Everton's reported £80 million valuation raises serious questions. Meanwhile, Arteta remains calm. Timber is progressing well, Saliba is being carefully managed, Konsa is available, and uncertainty continues surrounding Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus. The big question for you is this: would you rather Arsenal spend £80 million on Iliman Ndiaye Or should the club go all out for Julian Alvarez? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Arsenal news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Come on, you Gunners!